The final battle between Naruto and Sasuke that took place in Naruto chapter 695 to chapter 698 had enormous consequences. If Naruto won, then Sasuke would be stopped and the ninja world would head down what we all know to be a peaceful path. However, if Naruto lost, and Sasuke would do what he talked about, which is he promised to lead the world down a much darker path, one drastically different than the one that we know. So just what would have happened if Sasuke killed Naruto during their final battle? Well, in today's edition of Naruto What If, we're gonna travel down this alternate timeline. Like all my other what ifs, in order for this to happen, we have to look back at the events of the manga and determine the actual trigger point where the change would occur. Now, I'll restate this for any new viewers who are unfamiliar with my what ifs. I'm only gonna be using the manga version of events, so I won't be taking into account any of the anime portrayal of the Naruto vs Sasuke fight, which is drastically different than what Kishimoto presented to us back in 2014 when the chapters were coming out. In the anime, Naruto and Sasuke enter into this taijutsu battle with Naruto clearly holding back, whereas in the manga, Naruto immediately goes into his Sage of Six Paths chakra mode to defend against Sasuke's attacks, and both of them start out using their most overpowered jutsu. In chapter 698, the Kyuubi warned Naruto that if he attacked a moment too soon, that Sasuke would absorb the last bits of chakra that the Kyuubi had molded, and that there was nothing that the Kyuubi could do to help Naruto. This is what we'll call scenario 1, which is Naruto attacks a split second too soon with his Rasengan and Sasuke absorbs his chakra before killing Naruto. The next instance comes in chapter 697, where Sasuke absorbed the Kyuubi chakra that the Nine Tails molded for Naruto, but he didn't take every last bit of the chakra, which in turn is why the Sharingan briefly deactivated when he prepared to kill Naruto, which in turn, according to the Kyuubi, gave Naruto the opportunity to counterattack. It was in this moment that the Kyuubi then told Naruto he'd give him all of his remaining chakra. We should call this scenario 2, where the Kyuubi decides to give Naruto all of his remaining chakra up front with the hopes of stopping Sasuke, or Sasuke absorbs every bit of the Kyuubi chakra the first time he used the Preta Path, giving him enough chakra to use both the Chidori and maintain his Sharingan. It would be here that Sasuke would drive his Chidori into Naruto's heart as he's standing over him like shown in the manga. Finally, we have scenario 3. In chapter 697, the Kyuubi states that if he hadn't given Naruto the nature energy that he collected at that exact moment, that Sasuke's Indra's arrow would have killed Naruto. To put this into perspective, the Nine Tails praised Sasuke for being able to draw on the power of all the nine-tailed beasts in order to boost his attack, and he compared the skill level to being that of the Sage of Six Paths. Then you have to take into consideration that the Kyuubi had to gather all of the nature energy in the surrounding area just to counter this attack. The fact that the Kyuubi himself stated that the attack would have killed Naruto is enough of a strong enough piece of evidence that it supports the fact that Naruto indeed would have died here. Now, going with scenario 3, Sasuke would have from dusk to sunrise of the next day to recover his strength by resting. For those of you who might say the Sage of Six Paths might step in, his words in chapter 693 make it perfectly clear that he was going to let fate determine the outcome of the world. In chapter 692, he made it clear that he was about to fade away due to being out of energy, and before the Naruto vs Sasuke fight heated up, his presence had left the world. Having a full day to rest is going to be really important, as will Sasuke finishing off Naruto at a point in the timeline where he still had enough chakra to use the chakra exhausting techniques. His Rinnegan was still active. He used the Preta Path on Naruto. His Sharingan was active for most of the half day that he continued to fight Naruto. He used Amaterasu, he used Chidori, and he thought he even had enough chakra to attempt to begin siphoning off the chakra of the Biju to kill Naruto. This makes a huge difference for the next scenario. After resting for an entire day and all the way through until sunrise of the next day, Sasuke would have recovered quite a bit of strength and would collect Naruto's body. He would begin traveling back to the site of the infinite tsukuyomi with the intention of killing the 5 Kage who are trapped in the infinite tsukuyomi cocoons. It would be here that the following scene would occur. As you saw, after throwing Naruto's lifeless body aside, Sasuke would have killed Kakashi and Sakura. Despite Kakashi having a day of rest, his fatigue from the war and using Obito's double Mangekyo Sharingan was enough that he still needed Sakura's assistance to travel to the final valley, so whatever fight he put up against Sasuke would utterly be futile. Sakura would be in much of the same position since she barely had enough chakra to heal Naruto and Sasuke after their fight. With Team 7 now completely out of the picture, Sasuke would locate the 5 Kage who are trapped in the infinite tsukuyomi cocoons, and he would draw his sword. With 5 slashes of his blade, Sasuke would cut the throats of each of the Kages who would be unable to fight back. Sasuke would then lower the Biju, who he had kept under Genjutsu and suspended in 9 Chubaku Tensei meteors during his fight with Naruto, which is also pretty impressive given the amount of chakra they needed to do this, just as it was stated in chapter 693 that Sasuke could use all of the 9 Biju in place of Naruto to weave the rat hand sign at the exact same time that Sasuke did. This alone would be enough to undo the infinite tsukuyomi. After placing the dead bodies of the 5 Kage and Team 7 at his feet, Sasuke would force the Biju to weave the rat hand sign. Sasuke would then either kill them as he stated he would, or he would seal them away to kill them at a later date. Sasuke would then watch patiently as the Ninja Alliance came back to their senses. Team Taka and Orochimaru would likely join Sasuke at his side, since Orochimaru stated that he would follow Sasuke's will, and Team Taka's loyalty to Sasuke is unquestioned. Sasuke would likely bite Karin to further replenish his chakra, especially since Sasuke would be planning for any type of further resistance from the Alliance. It would be here that the Ninja Alliance, as they broke out of their daze, that numerous ninja would notice the dead Kages at Sasuke's feet, as well as Naruto and Team 7. Questions would be asked as to what happened, and the first ones to come to the conclusion of the truth would likely be Orochimaru and Shikamaru. Shikamaru would cautiously ask Sasuke what happened, and Sasuke would inform the Ninja Alliance that Madara Uchiha had been defeated, as well as the true villain behind the infinite tsukuyomi being Kaguya. He would tell the Alliance that he fought alongside Naruto and Team 7 to defeat both of them. Most members of the Alliance will recall Sasuke fighting beside Naruto against the Jubi clones, and some will remember the Madara Uchiha battle. However, the sharper members of the Alliance like Shikamaru, Darui, and Temari would question what happened to the 5 Kage. Shikamaru would likely ask if Team 7 died in the battle against Madara and Kaguya. It would be here that Sasuke's Rinnegan would be noticed by Shikamaru, and he would then know the full truth before Sasuke spoke the words. Sasuke would inform the Alliance that after Madara Uchiha and Kaguya were defeated, that he killed Naruto, Team 7, and the 5 Kages. Outrage would spread amongst the Alliance, especially when Sasuke declares that he will be the Hokage over all the 5 villages, and that he will lead the ninja world now and shape it as he sees fit. Seeing the lifeless body of Naruto, someone who is regarded by the Ninja Alliance as a hero and by some as a savior, would serve as the ultimate morale breaker for many of them. However, not all would be affected by this. Some would immediately call for rebellion, for a revolution of their own. In the midst of the fear and the outrage, Hinata would run forward with tears in her eyes. She had to see for herself, up close with her own eyes, with her hand on Naruto's cheek, to know that Naruto was indeed dead, and it would be here that the following scene would occur. After Sasuke brutally killed Hinata and Rock Lee, Sasuke would whip out his perfect Susanoo and ask if anyone else wanted to stand up to him. The sight of his perfect Susanoo towering over the alliance would leave the battlefield in utter silence. Sasuke would then order Orochimaru to collect the bodies of the 5 Kage and Naruto Uzumaki, and just as he did in Naruto Gaiden, he would use his Susanoo to fly himself and Team Taka and Orochimaru to an undisclosed location. In my opinion, Sasuke would return to one of Orochimaru's labs and plan with Orochimaru on how best to handle the impending spread of his news of declaration. The Ninja Alliance would likely have word sent back to the villages as to what happened if they didn't return to the villages, with the promise of forming a council to address Sasuke after maintaining order in the villages, which would be in a compromised state publicly with the loss of each of the Kage. Regardless of the path that they took, I could see Sasuke making another bold move. In both the manga and Databook 4, it was revealed that Sasuke knew the basic Rinnegan jutsu that Nagato used. This includes being able to use the chakra rods to stick into the dead bodies to create his own 6 paths. Sasuke would likely have the Uchiha hideout rebuilt, and he would sit on the same throne that Itachi did right before their battle. Sasuke would look over his new 6 paths. Sasuke would jam the bodies with the 5 Kages with rods and transmit his chakra into them. He would send each of the 5 Kages out to their respective villages and have them serve as enforcers. As he stated in the manga, he would hand out punishment to anyone who opposed him and take whatever measures he saw fit. The sight of the 5 Kages being used to publicly execute any ninja who stood against Sasuke would further break the spirits of any ninja and villagers who opposed him. Sasuke would also know the Edo Tensei, and he could use Edo Tensei and strip away the personalities of the reanimated Kages, which could be an option since he would know how members of the Hidden Leaf Village would know about the weakness of the 6 paths. If this were indeed to happen, then I could see Sasuke making it a point to personally kill Kabuto, since Kabuto would know a way to undo the Edo Tensei, though even if Kabuto told everyone, no one is going to be powerful enough to force Sasuke to weave the hand signs to undo the jutsu. In either scenario, either the 6 paths of Sasuke or the Edo Tensei, the final enforcer for Sasuke would be none other than Naruto Uzumaki. He would use Naruto as his personal bodyguard at the Uchiha hideout, as well as his trump card for any scenario. The most crippling blow towards the resistance would be to either see Naruto as one of the 6 paths of Sasuke or as an Edo Tensei with his personality suppressed, publicly executing people who stood against Sasuke. Sasuke would also either have Naruto destroy the Hokage monument, which would be pretty ironic given that it is Naruto's dream to become Hokage, or Sasuke himself would destroy it and then burn down the Hokage tower using Amaterasu. In the 2.5 years that passed, Sasuke would rule the ninja world with an iron fist, at least until Toneri came to Earth to take Hanabi Hyuga's eyes. However, if this were to happen, a few things would occur. The first is that if Sasuke becomes aware and he uses the 6 paths jutsu to control the bodies of the 5 Kages and Naruto, he could simply use whatever pain is in the Konoha village to use the animal paths jutsu to summon the other paths, or Sasuke could simply teleport there himself. If Sasuke is forced to take the same path that Naruto did to the moon, then Sasuke would have more than enough to defeat Toneri in a battle, attacking him in conjunction with the 6 paths. Naruto alone was able to demolish him, so imagine what Sasuke could do fighting alongside a controlled Naruto in this scenario. If Sasuke chose not to kill the Biju, but instead kept them sealed away somewhere, Sasuke could summon the 9 Biju to use in a battle to defeat Toneri. Sasuke could also place him under a genjutsu to learn how to destroy the energy vessel that Naruto and Hinata destroyed. If Sasuke is unable to find an answer, then Sasuke would likely come to the same conclusion that the Raikage did, which is to have the moon destroyed. Sasuke would travel back to Earth and activate his perfect Susanoo and draw back his arrow, and likely, if the Biju were still alive, draw on their chakra to form Indra's arrow. Given the Raikage felt confident that his chakra cannon, which was powered by a large large number of hidden cloud ninja could destroy the moon, I have no reason to doubt that Sasuke wouldn't be able to destroy the moon as well, given his own chakra would draw off the ninja who powered that cannon in the movie for Naruto the Last. After destroying the moon, Sasuke would continue to rule the ninja world as he did, but in the 15 years since the death of Naruto, Sasuke would have a thought lingering in the back of his mind. Who exactly was Kaguya building an army for? Assuming that Sasuke didn't collect intel on Kaguya during this time, then he would have been alerted to the arrival of Momoshiki and Kinshiki, especially if Sasuke didn't kill the Biju and instead sealed them away somewhere. The moment that one of the Biju was taken by Momoshiki, then Sasuke would know that something was wrong. Since Kishimoto and Kodachi did originally write the Boruto movie with Urashiki in mind, but cut him out of the movie due to wanting to keep the length of the film from getting too stretched out, I'm going to include Urashiki in this scenario. In both the movie version of the story and the anime, Sasuke fought Kinshiki the first time while depleted of chakra, and he held his own against him. Using the teleportation jutsu to travel between dimensions is confirmed to take an enormous amount of Sasuke's chakra, yet despite this, Sasuke was able to hold Kinshiki off the first time. The second time, after teleporting himself, and 4 Kages, and Boruto, and 2 members of the ninja tech department, Sasuke was not only able to hold off Kinshiki, but in the movie version of the story, he was able to keep pace with Naruto, and the two effortlessly demolished the fused Momoshiki. In the anime, Naruto had over 50% of his chakra removed, and yet despite this, though with a lot more effort, despite the severe chakra drain of both Naruto and Sasuke, they were able to defeat Momoshiki. In this scenario, Sasuke will be at full power. Full power, and this means that this is going to be a slaughter very quickly, especially if he uses Naruto and the 5 Kage to aid him. Actually, fighting on Earth and with his full power gives Sasuke the advantage, and he likely has the trio killed off. This brings us to the future of the timeline. Now, with Naruto and Hinata being dead, Boruto and Himawari would never be born. Sasuke would likely have a child with Karin, with the sole purpose of giving himself an heir and to begin the purpose of restoring the Uchiha clan. Like Sasuke stated in the manga, during chapter 696, he would rule forever. As Sasuke himself stated, he had all the keys to immortality at his fingertips due to having the Rinnegan and Sharingan combination. Reincarnation, immortality, as well as what Sasuke said are other options. If Sasuke were to reach the point of dying by natural causes, he could do what Madara did and use Izanagi in a timed release to be activated after his death. He would also be able to place someone under a genjutsu, implement his Rinnegan into their eye, and then force them to give up their life to use their Rinne Rebirth to revive him. Afterwards, Sasuke could just take his eye back. Sasuke could also force someone to go under genjutsu to revive him via Edo Tensei, then reverse the jutsu as Madara did. Sasuke could then take the previous approach, forcing someone to revive him using the Rinne Rebirth by using his Rinnegan. At the worst case scenario, Sasuke would know Orochimaru's living corpse jutsu, which allows him to transfer his will and consciousness into a younger body every 3 years, though doing so would be a last resort since he runs the risk of the new body being unable to use the Sharingan or the Rinnegan. In short, Sasuke would rule the ninja world unopposed until the end of time, which gives him plenty of time to figure out the karma seal that he would have gotten for killing Momoshiki, Kinshiki, and Urashiki. Finally, with Sasuke being alive, there would be no reincarnation of Ashura, since both reincarnates of Ashura and Indra must die for the cycle to continue. However, if Sasuke were forced to revive himself, then the cycle in theory could restart, with Ashura's spirit being reborn into an infant. Though if this were to happen, Sasuke becomes aware of it, and then Sasuke would simply hunt down the child. However, if this doesn't happen, well, that's a story for another day. That's it for this latest Naruto What If. I really hope you guys enjoyed the animation sequences that were added to this version of the story as a way to kind of spice things up from the previous version. I want to give a huge thank you to Joe the animator for his help with these scenes, and I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box below. But as always guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share, and thank you so much for watching all the way into the end. Have an incredible day, guys.